If you've seen my videos on Happily Ever After and Crashbox, then you'll know exactly what I'm about to say. But let's run it back real quick like. It's the 2000s, Saturday morning. Little me looking too close at the old TV. What's on the TV? HBO Family. What am I watching on HBO Family? Peak children's content. But that's a little too broad for this era of HBO, so let's get more specific. For today's nostalgia-filled video, we'll be taking a look at A Little Curious. First released in February 1999 on HBO, the world was introduced to the quirky and whimsical world of A Little Curious. Characters like Little Cup, the Shoe Family, Pad and Pencil, String, Bob the Ball, Doris, Mop, and Plush would guide the youngsters to fun activities and sing-alongs. The show would go on to have 2 seasons with a total of 43 episodes. Of course, I didn't watch the show when it first aired, so I watched the reruns. A Little Curious found itself balanced between wanting to teach something and wanting to entertain. It wasn't trying to cram down as much information as possible like Crashbox did. No, it's more relaxed in that manner. Each episode, they had 3 sets of words that they used for themes throughout the EP. Let's say the words were squeeze, sticky, and dark. They would take those themes and make a scenario out of it. Squeeze from the bottom, or a sticky situation. Silly things like that helps the kids learn new words and how to use them. It's simple, yet an effective way to expand a child's vocabulary. Along with these scenarios, they would have songs about specific characters, or have live footage bumpers of kids doing stuff, or things that went along with the chosen word of the episode. So multiple short segments of scenarios pertaining to 3 words, random songs, and live bumpers would make up for a 30-minute episode. It's almost exactly like the format of Crashbox. And like Crashbox, the animation style for each segment is always changing. One segment it's CGI, then the next it's stop motion, then hand-drawn. It's wonderful. It sucks that today's shows don't explore that concept of switching up the animation style. And I mean that for any show, not just for kids. Then again, I can see why we don't see that, since I'd imagine it's not very cost effective. Which was pretty apparent in A Little Curious when the CGI looked worse than it should, and them reusing entire segments for another episode. That in particular got me fucked up. I kept second guessing myself, thinking if I was watching an episode I already saw. But no, they straight up just reused entire scenes with different audio, or copied the entire original clip of one episode and pasted it in another episode. I'm pretty sure they've also reused words as well. Words as in the 3 main words for each episode, which I'd imagine would allow them to use the clips using the word from an old episode and putting them in the new EP to make it seem like it hasn't been used. That kind of laziness is unacceptable. But then again, it is a kids show, so one side of me wants to not care, and another side wants me to still hold HBO to higher standards. Okay, chat, listen here. After watching some of the episodes, I can safely say my favorite part of the entire show is the intro. God damn, you know you're about to watch Peak when the intro goes hard. A combination of a cappella and instruments, we are greeted by one of the catchiest tunes ever created in the 90s. It's not, holy shit, this is annoying catchy, it's, holy shit, I'm listening to Peak catchy. 4 things. They just say 4 things the entire song, yet it's done such a way that it makes you smile and sing along. They're literally just singing the fucking title of the show with I'm thrown in there. It's insane how simple this song is and finds a way to be so fucking good. I mean, chat, you gotta have to trust me on this. Go listen to it for yourself if you can. I can't play you the whole thing, sadly, due to copyright, but I'll tell you what. I'll play you a segment of the song that's legitimately brain candy to me. Here. Again. One more time. Brain go burr. As for the rest of the show, A Little Curious is a fun little quirky show that I found myself laughing and smiling at a few of the gags. It ain't no Bluey, but it doesn't have to be. It's simple yet creative. It's almost everything you want to see in a show like this. Sure, there were moments where I felt annoyed by something, but it really wasn't enough to where it made me want to shut it off. Quite the opposite. I wanted to see more. More of the whimsical cast living life to the fullest as they teach the audience new words. Hearing me talk about the show like this might make you imagine me wearing a little propeller hat and overalls. But fuck it, I don't care. I will gladly defend A Little Curious as a hood classic. But genuinely, do you know what really caught me off guard? It's the little live action bits sewed throughout the show. Mainly the ones where the kids are doing stuff. Maybe it's because of the old look of the footage, or it just might be the kids. But seeing those clips is like looking at a portal back into my life as a kid. Now let me be clear and say I have zero want to return to my childlike nature. I ain't that motherfucker who wants to heal that inner child. I would strangle the little me if I could. But I can't help but to feel a sense of nostalgia when I watch those kids jumping on hay bales, tossing rocks, or riding in an open-top car. It's not the simple act of driving in an open-top car either. I could literally do that right now, and I would feel nothing. It's watching their reactions as they look up from the car and see the autumn trees flying by. It's their reaction that makes me think, I wonder what's going through their thought process right now. Which, in turn, makes me put myself in their position. And that's when the nostalgia starts to kick in. The memories of my old home. How the world felt around me being in such a young age. Everything was so simple and without stress. And still, I was able to see the world's beauty. Simplified. The trees are pretty. Those flowers are pretty. The sky looks pretty. I didn't have to cough up some half-assed reason as to what thing I saw was pretty. It just was. That's what I see when I watch those live footage bits. Little pieces of my memory of the old days being recovered for a moment. Good memories that makes me grateful I was able to experience those moments. When it comes down to it, should you spend time watching A Little Curious? If you watched it as a kid, then absolutely, you need to find some time to rewatch this classic kids TV show from our generation. Now that we're older, you'll be able to understand some of the references they made throughout the series and really have an overall appreciation of the show. But there's a problem, folks. Trying to watch A Little Curious might be a little bit difficult if you don't know where to look. Like I said at the beginning of the video, HBO made A Little Curious. So you would think they would have it in their streaming service, Max. Well, for a time being, they did. I remember seeing the little title pop up when I was watching episodes of Crashbox. But now, when you try to search A Little Curious on Max, it's not there anymore. Why? Probably got removed due to the whole tax exemption fiasco. Absolutely terrible. But apparently you can watch it on Amazon. But once again, when I searched it for Amazon, it said that they didn't have it in my country, which is America. So if you're planning on watching A Little Curious, then you can find some episodes on the Internet Archive and on YouTube. I'm pretty sure you can find all the episodes on YouTube, but don't quote me on that. But it does suck though that media like A Little Curious can disappear in a blink of an eye if no one bothers to save it and archive it. It's a scary thing to think that your work that lasted for a while can suddenly vanish because some suits don't want to pay taxes. Just goes to show that piracy is ethical and should be practiced in the preservation of media.